So, good night or good morning, depending on where you are, and welcome to another interview of the Shield Dude in the Couch. Today, I'm joined by Bob Sieverding. He's the bass player for Blues Weiser, who released an album today, Friday, uh,
Right.
called Obey the Booze. How are you, sir?
I'm great, doing fine. I mean, it's 8 o'clock in the afternoon or nighttime here in Spain. So yeah, we're doing fine. Finished work, so we can do music business.
Yes. So, where in Spain are you?
We're based in the south of Spain, in the Costa Blanca, near Benidorm, which is like a famous holiday place here in Spain. So you might have heard of it, but it's pretty touristy.
Yeah, I've been to my grandmother was from Mallorca, Spain, and I've been to Spain 2 times. I've been to a few cities. Yeah, it's a great country. I love the food, and
Yeah,
obviously it's very fun to be there. Especially, I love Barcelona, Madrid. I went to other places, but yeah,
yeah.
it's great to go
A
there.
lot to see, a lot of culture. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great place to be, and obviously you released the album today, Obey the Boost, and I want to talk a little bit about because obviously the band has a lot of fast rock, but it has a lot of blues infused into it. So growing up, what were your main musical influences?
Well, it's been a lot over the years, of course. I mean, I remember my dad, like listening to Electric Light Orchestra or Frank Sinatra or Shirley Bassey, all that kind of stuff. And then, growing up, I basically anything. I mean, I can go from Phil Collins to Pantera to dance music, anything. I'm really open minded, but like my biggest influence in what growing up was the grunge period for Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, all these kinds of bands. But I mean, there's no limit for music. So I mean, I try to be open to everything.
No, yeah, and it shows in Blues Weiser music. You have a lot of like influences from, you were mentioning that those '90s grunge bands, but also the blues infused. So, Obey the Boost. Like, what? Why? I know that the single that you released was "Impact of Aviation," which is instrumental. Uh,
Yeah.
why did you decide to release the instrumental as the first single?
Um, well, there's been a lot of ideas of what to do first and all that stuff. That song basically came apart from sound checking and make it. Every time you do a sound check, something creates out of it. And I came up with this bass line, and we just made something out of it. We when we do the first song of a show, normally it's like like instrumental kind of stuff, just to get comfortable on stage and see if everything is all right, and straight away try to create some kind of atmosphere. So that's basically what we try to do with the city as well. Just get into the vibe, and you probably listen to the whole album, so it's there's a lot of variety of songs in there, but I mean it still has our sound and our touch to it.
No, yeah, it's musically it's very great, and like obviously your band being very infused by the blues. Do you have like a favorite blues musician or blues album when you were growing up?
Not particularly. I mean the name, blues wise. So for me, blues basically is. I mean, any music type you go to, there's blues in there. Even if you go to, punk rock, whatever, there's basically blues played on another, speed. So, there's not really something like particularly that stands out for me. I just, like music, but
Yeah.
yeah.
A song that I found that was really interesting was Clint Eastwood. That's a very interesting song, and I think I haven't heard a woman moaning in a song that hard since that Guns N' Roses song Rocket Queen. So, out of curiosity, because I don't know if you know, when Guns N' Roses did that song Rocket Queen, it
Yeah.
was Axel having sex with Steve Adler's girlfriend. So
Okay.
the woman who's in the album, who is she, and how did you obtain those mesmerizing sounds?
Well, to be honest, I mean that's Josh, the guitarist and singer. He did most of the recording, like the mixing parts. So to be honest, I'm not sure where he got the screaming from. Maybe I should have asked him, or maybe I not, should not ask. You know, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Hopefully not the same thing that Axl Rose did, because
yeah,
there's not
mm,
a lot of like songs with women moaning,
yeah,
orgasm in them. I think there's that Guns N' Roses song, and there's like a White Zombie song, more
yeah.
human than human, that has that in the song. But yeah, so Clint Eastwood, what is that song about?
Well, I mean, it's difficult. I mean, I was afraid you're gonna ask me about that. So it's open for imagination, basically. I mean, you know, it's it hit the fucking clit. So I mean, it says itself, and the title was just basically a fun part. You know, like
Yeah.
clit. You can't really call it clit. So you know, like Clint Eastwood, Clint Eastwood. So it's just a fun thing about it. You know, I mean, there was no really a lot of thinking about that, to be honest.
Yeah, it's I like the play on words, and recording this album. What is your favorite song out of this album, and which one was like the hardest to create?
I mean, you know, my favorite song. It's always difficult because you're proud of the whole album, of course. But I mean, depends a bit as well on for example, playing it live or just to listen to. I mean, The Grass. I really like that song, the way it comes up, and you know, Fortune Teller, of course, is just like going a bit more, you know, hard kind of song. So. I mean, they all have their own stories to it, and you know, especially when you play them, you know, you got your own feeling with it, and you know, especially with all the songs we try. Well, most of the songs they build up towards the end, and it's always nice to see, you know, how people get into it as well. You know, when they really get into it to that song, when you play it and you feel it. I mean, even if it's like a slower, a bluesier song, like you know. Um, no input signal, for example, which is like slower kind of bluesy kind of song. But we still try to create that build up into it, and you know, gives that power, and that's always nice to play. But like I said, there's not really one song I can say that's my favorite or whatever. And you know, and writing wise, they all have their their things to it. Like I said, the the aviation basically came out of nothing, so that was not really a project to work on. It just created by itself. Fortune Teller was maybe for me one of the hardest songs. I'm not used to play that fast kind of stuff, so it was a bit new kind of things, and as well trying to get second vocals to it, which I didn't do that much on the first album. I mean, I did some second vocals, but not live. You know, basically just on the recording, and that's it. But now I try to get it to the live to the stage as well. So yeah.
Yeah, and I see that you've followed a. In 2016, the album was called Booze for Blues, so now it's Obey the Booze. So, my next question would be like, what is your favorite beer or drink that you like to do? You know, when you're just try to unwind, like what would be that drink of choice for you?
Well, mainly it's beer. I mean, that's why the whole thing came up as well. I mean, the basically with Booze for Blues, you know, we just wanted to play, and it was so difficult to play around here because the area we live is really like tourist kind of stuff. So it's only cover bands around here, or mainly, and we're just tired of not getting anything for playing. And so, well, just give us some booze and we make some blues. You know, that's basically how it came up. And now we just continue with that kind of thing, like Obey the Booze, but I mean, mainly beer. I mean, today I'm having a Mao, which is typical Spanish beer.
Oh,
So
I've had that one when I went to Spain. Yes, a good beer.
yeah, and but mainly in Spain, the one I like more and most is Estrella Galicia. It's a really nice beer. And you know, in Germany, for example, like the Erdinger, the Weiss beer is like um, the lighter beer. But you know, I'm open for most of them.
So you being the band being in Spain, would you ever do like some songs in Spanish?
We thought about it. I mean, I think in one of the songs I do. Um, one phrase, which was I think in Loose Lips, to be honest. I'm not sure. No, and Clint Eastwood, I say "Sé que te gusta, nena," like somewhere in there, like hidden. But I mean, we thought about it a couple of times, but the singer, I mean, me and the singer are both from Holland, and I've been living here for well, 27, 30 years. So for me, the Spanish is no problem. He's been here for 10, 12 years, so he can, he can talk, have a good conversation, all that stuff. But to sing, we thought about it, but we never really had it, put it to the test, to be honest. Some people ask for it as well, I suppose, being in Spain, like, yeah, we don't understand what you're singing, make something in Spanish. But maybe next album, we don't know. I mean, there's no idea for that, to be honest, at the moment.
Okay, yeah, no, yeah, makes sense. And the music, is pretty good. The album, flows pretty well. It's a fun album, and I could definitely see it it's like a album that you can like you want to like lay chill, have a party and put that album. So I'm going to show the artwork for this album for Obey the Boost. So who worked on this album artwork?
Well, the cover's done by William Dilbau. My singer Josh, he found the guy online. He's always, looking for artwork and songs, and he's always doing that kind of stuff on the internet. And pretty funny story. The guy was just in Wuhan where all the pandemic started. I mean, I think he's American, if I'm not wrong. And but I think he's got family there or something. So he was just at Wuhan when all the things started. So it was pretty funny when we started talking, and he made the artwork, and we just loved it, and that's it. And then the inlays and the back part of the album, that's what me and Josh did together. So yeah, it's a mix.
Yeah, no, I like all the colors in it, and it's a great album title. When you Obey the Boost, it's catchy, and obviously it goes with the themes of the record. So right now, I know the album was released today. Do you have any plans, upcoming shows coming soon for the fans? No?
I mean, we're working really hard on trying to get dates. It's difficult because because of the pandemic. I think the most venues have like 3-year waiting list for people that have to from one day to the other, because there's just, oh no, they're gonna do gigs again, and no, it's cancelled, and then it's up, and then all that stuff. So it's been really hard to get venues to respond, but we have some dates coming up, and we're going to Valladolid, and we're going to Ponferrada in 14th of May, 13th and 14th of May, and then we have a couple of gigs around here in the area of the Costa Blanca. So we're trying to book. We wanted to go out as well and do a European tour, but we see how it goes. I mean, we of course, to do all those mileage, you need a good you need some income as well. So we're trying to work and talking to different venues and all that stuff. But I think this year it's going to be mainly Spain. Maybe if something really good comes up, of course we're open for everything. We want to play. I mean, it's not that we don't want to. That just it's
no,
really,
of course.
Yeah.
So no, the album. I think everyone that likes blues and likes fuzz rock bands like Fu Manchu, to name a few, would really enjoy this. So if you had to have like a dream lineup tour, what would that be? Like a tour that you would say like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm on this tour. Which tour would that be, and why?
With what band or?
Oh yeah, band, like a band that you like would have to say like, yes, I would love to tour with this band.
I mean, there's thousands, of course, but I mean,
of course, yeah.
I've been always a really big Pearl Jam fan, so I mean, that would be for me something like crazy to go on a tour with them. Like that would be awesome, just because I think I think about 30 years now they've been going on, and I've been to a couple of their shows, and the way they get the crowd going, and they change, every night they change set list and all that stuff. I don't know. I think it's a special band especially to see live. I mean,
yeah, I saw them once.
Family, it's like a big family, and that's great. But I mean, like I said, there's so many bands. I would, at the moment, I would say any band who would take us on tour would be happy, So yeah.
Yes. So getting back to Obey the Booze, how long did it take, to work on the album and record? When did you did the recording? Was it harder to do on this, with all the COVID restrictions, or did it flow?
Oh, I mean, of course, the COVID was a big influence because it was sometimes you couldn't even move from one town to the other. Everything was closed here in Spain, and so it was difficult to get to the rehearsal room. But I mean, every time we had some time, we would go and work on a new song and record it. I mean, we did everything ourselves, apart from the mastering that's done by Matt Lynch from the band Snail. You might know him; he's from Los Angeles, and but the rest we all did ourselves. So that was the good thing. We didn't have to depend on a studio time or whatever. We have everything set up in the rehearsal room where we can just do anything we want to, and make some demos and then go on to do the recording. So it's been a long way, and especially now with the releasing as well, because of all the delays there are, and in vinyls and records, all that stuff. And like today is the release, but we only have the digital one. There's no physical one yet. But the recording, yeah, I think it's been a pretty long period. I mean, I think it's been more or less a year with going up and down and blah blah, and then all the mixing. But I think we made the best of the time we had. So yeah, we can't complain.
Yeah. So when do you think you will have the physical releases, so people can buy? I know that, yeah, everything with the vinyl, and it's been slow with the less plans to press the vinyl. So yeah, I know it's an issue.
Yeah.
So do you know when you guys will have the physical album?
Well, the vinyl, we don't have a date on that one yet. I mean, I know Gero from Argonaut Record is really busy on it, and to try to get it as soon as possible. But the CD we hope to have, we hope within these 2 weeks, because we go to north of Spain to play, and we want to promote the album. So
yeah, to have the merch.
We really hope to get it before that date. But I mean, like I say, there's nothing for sure at the moment, to be honest.
Okay.
But of course, when it's out, we will go on all our Instagram and Facebook and a website to tell people it's there, of course. But the best thing would be if we can go to that town and they can buy it from us when we play it.
No, of course, yeah. For now, everyone, you can stream. Can they buy it digitally, like on Bandcamp?
Yeah, it's on Bandcamp, on Spotify and on all the digital platforms. It's all there, so that there shouldn't be a problem getting it digitally. And of course, the physically, we just have to wait. We have to be patient.
So I'm very curious. How's the I know the metal scene in Spain is strong in some parts, but in the style that you guys play, is there like a heavy influence of heavy fuzz and blue sounding rock bands in Spain besides you guys?
Yeah, I mean, there's pretty much bands around. The thing, of course, metal scene is bigger than let's put it the stoner scene or whatever. But there is a scene around here. But the problem is where we live, there's so much tourism around here, and you want to go to see a good concert. That's something I miss a lot. You have to go to Madrid or to the Basque Country or to Barcelona, which is Madrid is about 5-6 hours away from here. So it's all pretty far away to have good shows. Even if you look at all the big bands who come to Spain, if they come to Spain, because I think I saw, I'm not sure it was Anthrax or whatever band it was, and they don't even come to Spain. So it's not really good for Spain at the moment for bands, I think. I mean, there's always something around, but in this area, it's terrible.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Where I live in Miami, not a lot, I don't get a lot of like rock bands coming down here. I have to go up or like on Fort Lauderdale, but sometimes they come. But yeah, it's not the norm. So yeah, it's
but I was in 86, I think, or 88, so I was like 12 years old. So
yeah, it's been changed, but
I've been to Disney World and all that kind of stuff, so that was different.
Yeah, very different. So, Bobby, it was nice talking to you about the new album, Obey the Boost, that everyone, you can stream it, you can buy it digitally, and hopefully soon it will be out in the physical format. And
Yeah.
for anyone that likes heavy fuzz guitars, blues infused rock music for a good time, I think this album will, people will enjoy it. So,
Yeah,
again,
it's got something for everybody,
something for everybody. If you like fun, if you like a fun album, I think that will be right up your alley. And I like the bass tone on this one. I really liked it. It's a heavy thick bass that obviously you that was your department. So yeah, it turned out great. So again, Bobby, thank you. Have a great night in Spain. And people, listen to Blues Weiser and support, bands so they can tour and we can get back to normal sooner
Well,
than later.
let's hope so. I mean, like I said, we really want to play. We're ready to go out, and and as well, thanks for having us on the show. Of course, I mean, it's a pity the rest of the band couldn't be here, but I have to say hello from all of them to you, and a big thanks for having us and be able to tell a bit about the CD. So
yeah, of course. So everyone, until next time, this is Hector, the Shield Dude Couch, and I'll see you right here on the couch. Thank you and good night.
gracias.
Gracias a todos. Bye bye.